Good evening, everyone. My name is Achal, working as country head for WWICS Kuwait. First of all, thank you for joining this webinar. Today, we are going to discuss with you the various options of migrating to your dream destination through investment programs, especially by residency by investment. When we say residency by investment, this is a process, where you can invest your funds in the country you want to migrate, and with an easy access to these countries with the process, you can migrate with your family by investing in your own business, your real estate properties, or starting up your new business or venture over there. So residency by investment, we are going to discuss with you all the options today with US, Canada, and the European Union and UK. So WWICS has inaugurated their services in the year of 1993, which is 27 years back. We initiated the immigration by investment programs and immigration services along with the resettlement solutions. Company has have their own milestones which started in the year of 1993. With the immigration services in 1993. In 1996, they started the placement services by Global Placement Services. Education we have introduced in the year of 2000 with Continental Group of Institutes. In the year 2003, we came into hospitality, Forest Hill Golf, and this is the largest Asian golf course we have back in India in Punjab. 2011, we came into real estate, WWICS Estate Private Limited, and healthcare services by West End Diagnostics Imagining Centers, which is in Canada. We provide you the consulting services where we first see what is your prime goal, and with our expertise knowledge, we give you the advice and the experience we have in this market. We give you the full support so that you can reach to the destination you want to migrate, and success is yours. So we first go through the requirement that what you are actually looking for. What is the main aim behind going for investment programs? We mainly provide services in citizenship by investment and residency by investment programs. Today, we are going to discuss only the residency by investment programs where you will invest and get the permanent residency or business visa or even golden residency visa through investment in government bonds, real estate, business capital investment, and so on. Citizenship by investment program we will be discussing in the next event, which we are going to announce shortly to you guys. Citizenship by investment program is basically where you will invest your funds in the government growth funds, which is into real estate and can be even for the development fund for the government. You invest these funds for the development of the country, and in return, government of that country gives you citizenship through investment. So that is the difference between citizenship by investment and residency by investment. So we'll take ahead with residency by investment today. During this session, I will request all of you to jot down the points so that by end of the presentation, we can discuss all the questions and queries you have regarding the migration program, particularly to residency by investment. The first program we are going to discuss today is for US, which is the EB-5 program, Employment-Based Fifth Generation Program. The eligibility for this program is there is no age bar, there is no mandatory requirement of education. Investment requirement is $900 which goes into the government approved regional centers. Regional centers are the areas, designated areas where there is a lot of unemployment. And what government see is that if any developer is going to create a project or develop a project in that particular region, there will be a lot of job creation. So that is the whole idea behind introducing this program, to create a lot of job opportunities for citizens of America. That's why they call it as EB5, Employment Based Fifth Generation Program. The locking period under this program is until you do not receive your permanent residency, which I'm going to discuss. It's almost 5 to 6 years. Source of funds should be verifiable. The funds which you're going to invest under the regional center should be legitimate. There should be complete proof of earnings of that fund, from where this has come in. What is the source of this income? Or if someone has gifted you that fund, how that person has earned the fund, that will be the main, the crux which government is going to look behind to give you an approval before. Dependent age of the kids is up to 21 years of children you can include in your application. The processing is very simple. First, we are going to do your due diligence. When we initiate the process for you, first we send your one of the questionnaire to you, where you will fill your basic information, and along with that basic information, you will give your passport copies to us. We are going to send these passport copies to our attorneys back in US. They are going to run your passport numbers in world check, which is basically the Interpol check for you, that if there any criminal offense against you or no. Once they get the positive due diligence report, you sign the subscription agreement for the project you want to apply for. Like, we have several projects which we have done in the past, which was Harley-Davidson project, Kempinski, Kempin Hotel Boutiques. We have done JW Marriott, BMO centers. We have done a lot of programs, Iraqi Chicken. These are the projects which we have done. And one of the projects, lastly, we have completed is the old age homes for people who are baby boomers, who are old in the age, and parents can live over there, and with the full facility they will be getting from these projects. So first you will sign up the subscription agreement for that particular project. We will open an escrow account for you so that you can start doing the funds transfer. Once the transfer of the funds is done, along with that, you also have to transfer the administrative charges, which varies from $50,000 and it can go up to $60,000, depends upon the work the attorneys have to do on your case in terms of source of funding. Documents preparation for filing your I-526, which is the petition of applying for the green card under this program. Review of documentations will be done by the team of experts we have in Kuwait, also in Dubai, and back in US. Now, once the source of funds is clear and everything is okay with the attorneys in terms of submission of your application, we will file your case to the government, and with this submission of I-526 petition, you have to pay the government charges, which is $3675 US. Usually it takes 6 to 9 months of time period to receive an I-526 approval. Once the approval is received, attorney submits immigration visa application for the family to NVC, National Visa Center, with an application processing charges of $345 US per person. There will be an invitation for an interview, and then you have to attend the interview into the nearest consulate, which is in Kuwait or the country you are residing in. Receive the conditional green card and enter US within 6 months of time period. When I'm saying conditional green card, there will be a condition on your green card for 2 years, in that the developer has to show that he has created 10 employments on your name. On your investment, what you have done in that particular project, 10 employments has been created by the developer, which will be the responsibility of the developer only. You have nothing to do with that. But once we complete 18 months down the line of your enter to US, we file your petition for removing the condition by showing the government that we have done the 10 job hiring is done. which can be a direct job or indirect job. Direct job and indirect job, basically direct jobs are those where someone is working on the payroll of the company. Indirect jobs are those where with that project anyone is getting benefited who is not on the payroll. These are called as direct and indirect jobs. Attorney submits your application for I-829 petition for removal of the condition of the green card, which is around 18 months of you entering into US. Once the petition is removed, you have to stay another 2.5 years in US, continuous or accumulated number of days. Once you will complete that number of days, you will be eligible to file your citizenship of America. Within the first 2 years of your conditional green card, it is mandatory for you to stay the maximum time what you can. And especially when we are submitting your petition of removing the condition I-829, it is must for you to be inside the country. So this is the whole program of US EB5 program, where you can get your green card through investment of 900,000 US dollars and approximately 50 to 60,000 administrative charges, which will go under this. Some of you might have a question that why this administrative charges are there. These are the marketing expenses, escrow account management fee, source of funds, attorneys charges, lawyer charges, stamp duties charges, application forms charges. So this is a mix of all. So that is an administrative charge which will be applicable in this whole application. With the family of kids up to 21 years is eligible to file in the application, and above 21 the kids will not be part of your application. We will be discussing this program more. If you are keen to apply for this program, once you can come to my office and take the details regarding this program. Now we'll start with the Canada options. We are going to discuss mainly 3 programs today with you for Canada. One is the Canada Owner Operator Program, the New Brunswick Provincial Nomination Program, and Nova Scotia Provincial Nomination Program. Canada is a country which is looking for immigrants worldwide, and they have been inviting immigrants since ages. It's a welcoming country for immigrants. And as what I believe with my 10 years career in WWICS as an immigration sector, what I've seen is Canada is good for people who are going as an investor, who wants to do their own business. This country has a lot of potential for business people. And these programs of Canada, there are several other programs, but we are going to discuss only those which are the most successful programs and result-oriented programs. So we'll start with the Canada Owner Operator Program now. As the name says, owner operator means you will be one of the owner of an existing business in Canada, where you will be buying that business in advance, and on that basis we apply your residency, which is temporary residency or citizenship. Eligibility under this program is a person should be between the age group of 21 to 60 years. Education, secondary school, but we do prefer people who have 2 years or 3 years diploma or a baccalaureate degree. Investment, though the government has not kept any benchmark for this program in terms of investment is concerned, but we do recommend you to invest 300,000 and above, because what we have seen in our past by doing this programs, that anyone who is looking for a profitable business, the business starts with the selling price of 250, 300,000 and above. But even though it's not that if you do not have these kind of funds, it's not that we cannot do this program for you. We can still do this program for you. And we have done in past this application for people who have an investment of 150,000, 200,000 also. Ies requirement under this program is 5 to 6 bands in each module. Dependents age up to 21 years of kids are eligible under this program to migrate along with you. This is one of the dynamic program for Canada as an investor if you're looking forward to move, because this program can help you to get the permanent residency and temporary residency in very short span of time. Because everything under this program depends on your purchase of the business. Once the business is owned by you, it should not take more than 3 to 4 months or maximum 5 months of time period to enter Canada. So if I have to say, this is one of the dynamic program for you. And especially under this program, we have to be sure the business which we are purchasing has to be a profitable business. From last 3 years, this business should be in profit, and there is no mandatory requirement from your side to be a senior management professional or a business owner. Anyone who has the knowledge of running a business or have a knowledge of managing a team can be part of Canada Owner Operator Program. So under this program, how we proceed ahead for your application processing is through with the due diligence. We want from your side a detailed CV of last 10 years, what all you have done in the country you're residing, or in the home country, what all you have done, with the detailed information about what are your qualities, what are your strengths, what kind of business you're looking at forward, which place you're targeting for residing in Canada. All this complete information has to go in that application form along with your passport copies of family. We send your application to attorney without any charges, and they will confirm us back that yes, you are eligible for this program or no. Though I have a team of experts available in Kuwait, and especially myself look deeply into all the applications before we take any case in hand, and then we send to the attorneys. Once the attorney confirms that your application is good to go, we have to transfer in administrative charges for business associate, which is around 50,000 US dollars, that you can even do in one shot, means in one go, or I can still look for some option for relaxation, like investing in 1 or 2 installments. That is pretty much manageable, but depend upon the business to business and profile to profile. Now, why we have to pay this fee? So that business associates can start hunting for you a profitable business matching to your profile. And once they find the options for you, we give you this business opportunities, business options to select from those opportunities. Once you finalize the business of, once you finalize the options of the business, we arrange your exploratory visit to Canada. If you have a visit visa for Canada, it's very good. Otherwise, we will apply for the visa for you. And in this case, like during the current situation of pandemic, where it is a problem of getting Canada visitor visas, or it is taking a lot of time in processing application. By the time once you take your application, another 2-3 months down the line, everything will be neutralized, and by the time you will complete all your remaining documentation which will be required for processing in the application, so that we are not losing any time. We will keep everything ready, so that once you go over there and finalize the business, thereafter we immediately submit your application for visa. Now, once you go for the exploratory visit, and you will see the business what you have selected, and sit in those business, understand the whole concept, meet with the owner, the team working over there, who are your suppliers, who are your market audience, what are the strategies they are taking in running that business, what is their marketing advertising strategy. So understand the whole concept, and once you feel that yes, this is the business where I can be a part of, or I can transfer my skills in this business, you give us the go ahead of processing your transfer of the ownership on that business. So once you will be going to Canada, my attorney or any of his team member will be always with you during the visit of the business, so that we can draft those terms and conditions of transfer of the ownership which is going to happen between you and the seller. Now, once you finalize the business, you have to come back to Kuwait, or the country you're residing, or if even you're residing in Canada during that time period on some visit visa, still we can do this way. We will be opening your account with the attorneys or an escrow account for that particular business. You will transfer and park all your funds, which is the value of the business, in that escrow account, which will be managed by the attorney. Why he is going to manage your funds? So that to make you safe and the seller safe, that you have the funds which is parked in the escrow account, and we are not giving it to the seller, because until now your visa is not done. Once we receive the funds in the escrow account or the attorney's account, we send the notification of the bank along with the bank statement to the seller that your money has come to Canada. Please support us in transferring the ownership on the buyer's name. Then we start processing your transfer of the ownership. Once the ownership process of documentations and everything is done, we file your application for job offer from the same business, and we apply for LMIA, Labor Market Impact Assessment, which is an approval from the government on that job offer, which we have created from your own business, because you will be going as an employee, though you are an owner of that business, but still we need the visa. So that's why we have to show you as an employee in that business. And if you receive an EMEA approval, immediately you can leave to Canada on a temporary residency, or parallelly we can apply for a work permit for you, whichever is faster. We will arrange that application for you and will apply accordingly. For an example, why I'm talking about two visa categories under this, temporary residency and permanent residency, because for an example, I am a candidate where I am not eligible for a PR right now, but I'm eligible for temporary residency. I will apply the temporary residency first. Once you go to Canada, complete 1 year or 2 years of working in Canada in the same business which you owned, you become eligible for PR. So going under this program before as a permanent resident or as a temporary residency does not affect you much, because government is going to give you all the social benefits from that business, from the government side. Reason why they are going to give you benefits, because this business is already running business, is a profitable business. Canadians are working in that business, you are paying your taxes, and you are doing all the sufficient requirements which makes you eligible to gain that social benefits from the country. That helps you with the medical care, your kids' education, all that support you will get. And once you become the permanent resident, whether you're going from beginning or once you reach there on the temporary residency, then in this case, you will be staying another 3 more years once you get the permanent residency, so that you can apply for your citizenship. So two routes are there, which I'm going to explain you again. First, if you're going as a temporary resident, in this case, your visa will be valid for 1 year or 2 years, and the continuation of the business, the continuity of the business will give you the renewal of the business, same like how it happens in Kuwait. Keep running the business, you will be eligible for renewals. Now, for an example, after staying 2 years on the temporary residency, we apply for your permanent residency, which will be for 5 years. Now, in this 5 years, you have to stay 3 years to take citizenship. But what government will do is they are going to support, and they say that if you have stayed already some time on the temporary residency, they are going to deduct 50% of your stay from the temporary residency and will transfer those number of days to your permanent residency days. So for example, if you have stayed 2 years in temporary residency, 1 year will be counted in permanent residency. Stay another 2 more years over there and apply for your citizenship, like that. Or if you're going from the beginning as a permanent resident, complete 3 years on and off within the 5 years of time of span and apply for your citizenship. Submission of application will happen to the nearest Canadian embassy, which is in Abu Dhabi. If there will be requirement for an interview, they will be calling you for that over the phone or over the WebEx, or they can even call to the nearest consulate. Receive your residency card. That's the whole process how the Canada owner operator works. Is one of the most dynamic program and the most successful program for Canada, where you know from the beginning that if I'm migrating to Canada, this business is generating a sufficient income for me from the day one, which helps me to support my family in Canada. So you will not have those struggles of opening a new branch once you go over there, and especially during this pandemic where situation is not in our control. It's better to go as an owner of existing business where you know that there will be some income rather than I go and make some disaster of not opening a business or applying in some business where I do not have knowledge or skills. That will be a tough challenge for you. So this program actually gives you that relaxation of working into an existing business as an owner. The next program we are discussing now is the New Brunswick program. It's the Provincial Nomination Entrepreneur program, where you can become eligible if you score 65 points out of 100. And these points are on different factors, which includes the age, the investment you're going to do, IELTS score you are going to make, your spouse IELTS, your business concept. So there are different factors in this. Once you will be coming to office for the assessment under this program, we are going to give you the eligibility check by checking your points. And if not, then I will tell you what all you need to do to become eligible under this program. The age under this program is 22 up to 55 years someone can apply. Experience, you should have a senior management level experience or should be a business owner of at least 33% of ownership from last 3 years. This is a mandatory requirement from the government. Senior management means someone who is sitting on the first management level of an organization, which includes CEO, directors, or heads of that particular operations department or the unit you're working in. You should be having a senior management profile with a team of minimum 10-15 people working under you, and they should be directly reporting you, and you should have the decision making authority under your name profile. So that is a definition of senior management. A small office working in Kuwait with 4 or 5 people, you will not be eligible as a senior management. You have to be either a business owner, where if the ownership is under your name of 33%. And especially in Kuwait, most of the business owners have 2 categories of documentations. One, everything is on the Kuwaiti name. You just have a normal document with you which says that you are the owner. This is not going to help you. Your ownership should be in the memorandum of association, in the title deed of that business, in the partnership deed of the business. Your 33% should reflect, which is normally maximum in Kuwait, it's 49%. So you should be somewhere between 33 to 49. Your shares should be in that business if you want to eligible yourself as a business owner. Education requirement is under this program is 2 years post-secondary qualification, means a 2 years diploma or a bachelor's degree after your schooling is sufficient enough. We have to do your ECA, which is Education Credential Assessment by Government of Canada. There is an approved body which is WES, World Education Services. We will send all your education documentation to them so that they can equate your education as per the Canadian standards, and they give you a certificate for that, that your education is equal to their diploma, bachelor's or master's degree level, like that. English IELTS is mandatory under this program, which is of minimum 4 to 6 bands in each module. Spouse should take minimum 3 bands in each module, which will be beneficial for your application. The more points you have, the much better your application is. But under this program, there is nothing like that. If I am scoring 65 points and someone is scoring 70 points, that person will have more chances of migration. You should meet only the minimum eligibility of 65 points. You should have a net worth of $600,000 Canadian dollars, and for that, this amount should be verifiable by a chartered accountant, which is approved from the country he or she has the license or residing in. Verifiable net worth includes all your assets, all your properties, the cash, fixed deposits, shares, investments, bonds, whatever you have, the liquidate value of that should be $600,000 or more. You should also be able to show that you will be able to arrange a liquid money of $300,000 at the time I'm submitting your application to government. Though most of the people do not keep a lot of liquid money because their money is floating into the portfolio of yours in business or in properties or in government bonds. But we have to be sure that once this requirement comes from so and so factors, which is the government bonds or fixed deposit, I will be able to liquidate those and submit the requirement of $300,000 cash money. Minimum investment under this program with the government is 250,000 Canadian dollars. You have to start a business of minimum $250,000 over there. Government deposit, which is the security deposit with the government, should be of $100,000 and above. The government deposit should be at least $100,000, which is refundable to you once you start your business over there for $250,000 or above. You will get this government deposit back. That is an assurity which you are giving to government in terms of depositing this money with them, that once the chance of getting the visa will be there for you, once you reach to Canada, you will be able to invest this money, and that is an assurity to the government from your side. Exploratory visit will be beneficial in your application, which helps you in selecting a business over there, finalizing your plans, that which place, which area I'm going to have my business, what kind of concept of the business I'm going to do investment in. So our attorneys will be there. They will be taking care of your exploratory visit, making you meet the competitors in the market, how other people are doing their businesses, what kind of investment is suitable. So those complete plan of action has to be drafted. Along with that, they will also refer you some schools where you can send your kids for the education, medical health care. So they will make you aware about each and everything once you go for the exploratory visit, which actually gives you the confidence of applying as an investor or opening a business into a new country, rather than I sit here in Kuwait and have no idea how Canada is all about and I want to do a business program, is a very weak case rather than someone who have done their exploratory visit. Job creation, 2 jobs has to be created under this program, and there is no such minimum benchmark of salary which you have to definitely pay. It is up to your choice. And hiring a localite is always a beneficial thing for you because this person is aware about the market and knows how the strategies work over there in terms of business development. How the process works under this whole program is, first step, we will have your exploratory visit of minimum 5 days. Though it is not the first mandatory step under this, we will be preparing, we will be giving you a checklist of documentations which you will start working on that. And we can even lodge your EOI once all documents and application forms are complete. We register your case with the government. Once we register your case with the government, you will come to know the exact points how much you have. With this point, basically, we can add more points to this to make it 65 if it is not reaching, definitely because you have not gone through exploratory visit and your business plan is not ready and all. So once you do the exploratory visit, you get the business concept, what kind of business you're going to apply for, and other factors which will add more points to your EOI, and that will make you eligible with this 65 points for eligibility. Once you meet the points of EOI 65 points, and your EOI is valid for 1 year. In this 1 year, we can add more points, though if we do not have. But once we complete the 65 points As soon as we submit those application and further documentations under this, you immediately receive an ITA. Basically that government has invited you and they have given you a nomination so that you can apply a provincial nomination application with PETL. This is in Department of Post-Secondary Education, Training and Labor, which is a government approved department where you will submit your application. They will verify each and everything of especially the source of the funds and what is your business concept over there. There is a fee of $2,000 which you have to pay along with your business plan to PETL. And once PETL approves you that your case is good to go for this particular program, they give you a notice of depositing good faith deposit with the government, that is $100,000. Once you deposit $100,000, our attorneys will apply for your nomination certificate, which you will receive, and then we immediately file your application for permanent residency, which should not take more than 6 to 9 months of time period from there to get your PR. Permanent residency will be valid for 5 years. In this 5 years, you have to establish a business of at least 250,000 Canadian dollars and above within the first 2 years. Within the first 2 years, once you have this investment done, government will give you the deposit of $100,000. And to make sure that you get this money back, you have to at least have the business running for last 1 year. 12 months, your business should be active, transactions should be happening in this business, you should be paying your salaries, taxes and everything on time during this whole process. And then we'll apply for your citizenship as soon as you complete your 3 years of residency in Canada. This is the whole program of New Brunswick. Next we are discussing is the Canada Nova Scotia program. Eligibility under this program is 21 to 55. Experience is 5 years senior management level experience and 3 years business owner. Almost the same requirement of eligibility as per the New Brunswick program. Verifiable net worth of 600,000. Minimum investment you have to do with the government is $150,000. You have to start your own business. Exploratory visit will of course be beneficial. I have already explained you why it will be. And you have to have 2 job creation within that business. The process almost takes around 18 to 24 months. The first step is the exploratory visit under this program, which is for 5 days to increase the chance of your scores. Submit all your documentations so that EOI can be lodged to the government. EOI is valid for 1 year, and if during this 1 year everything goes perfect, well and fine. Otherwise, we will apply for your EOI renewal, which is no cost involved in that. Meet the cutoff scores to receive an ITA. As per the last draw, which happened in 5th January 2020, the selection point was 115. So this is basically giving you an idea. When I'm going to do your assessment, once you come to my office, I will see and make sure that you reach to a level of at least 115 or 120 points and more, so that you are eligible from the day one. Right, so this will be already kept in mind before we start this program for you. Submission of complete application goes to Nova Scotia Authority. In-person interview and on positive outcome sign business performance agreement. Once the interview is done, which is successful interview and they select and everything is finalized on their side, they give you an subscription agreement that you will sign up a business performance with them, that once you reach Canada, you will be doing this investment. Otherwise, your visa will be revoked if you will not do this investment. Establish the business with investment of $150,000. After successful business establishment, once you establish the business, you apply for your provincial nomination. Provincial nomination will help you to apply for your permanent residency, which you are going to file with the federal government. This is the whole process where you will first be granting a temporary residency for 2 years. Within that 2 years, establish your business. Once you establish the business, then we apply for your permanent residency. And thereafter, you stay another 2 years or 2.5 years, depends on the balance tenure of your PR, so that you can apply for your citizenship. So this is the three main programs for Canada, which is Canada Owner Operator, New Brunswick, and Nova Scotia. These are the three best programs where you can have almost, I can say, success 100% if you meet the criteria. That is the whole crux behind. You should meet the criteria. And where WWICS can support you, we being registered ICCRC members of Government of Canada, we have a team of experts who will be supporting you in terms of documentations, and the attorneys with whom we are dealing are the best and the topmost attorneys in Canada, which help you to prepare the business plan and the concept of business so that you have a success for almost sure 100% that you will be going to Canada through this programs. The next program I'm going to discuss with you is United Kingdom Sole Representative Program, UK Sole Representative. This program is one of the most successful program, though it has been started last year itself, but there is success under this program because you will be going to Canada, to UK as a representative of your current business. So it is like an opening a branch in UK. For this particular program, you should be a decision-making authority, or you should be a major contributor to this business. You should be able to have, you should be having a knowledge how the business runs, and then this owner of the business transfers or requests government to transfer you to UK so that you can open a branch for them there and run the business over there for them. So under this program, the eligibility criteria is the age of the person should be 21 years and above. There is no mandatory requirement of education, but we recommend someone who have a diploma or degree makes an application more effective. IELTS requirement is 5 bands UK VI IELTS, that is a special category for a UK sole representative. You should be having a senior employee experience or should be working with the company for at least 2 to 3 years. Shareholding should not be as a business owner. You cannot be a major shareholder in this business. Your shareholding has to be maximum cap of 33% or less. Business investment should be minimum £50,000. There will be a medical test required, though it is a requirement in all the countries where you're going to relocate. A dependent child is up to 18 years. And if your child is studying in UK, is already residing in UK while you are applying for this program, above 18 years is also acceptable if those kids are in UK. Process is very simple under this program. We will give you an application form questionnaire to take all information from you. We check the profile. Initial assessment will be done at the branch level, and the due diligence will be done by the attorneys in UK. Once everything is clear and you clear the due diligence, they will release the checklist and submission of documentations will start happening from your end. We will help you in prepare the business plan with the support of our UK attorneys and experts. Application submission to UK authority. Invitation for interview is received if required by UK government. Otherwise, in some of the cases, if your business plan is clear, that what is your plan of action of going to UK, there might not be a requirement of an interview also, but it depends on case to case. And once you attend the interview or interview exemption is there for you, you will receive 3 years, you will be receiving a visa, and with the notice of 3 weeks, you have to go to Canada, to UK. Visa validity will be for 3 years, renewable for another 2 years. So 3 plus 2, like that. So once you be at the year of 5th, we will apply for your ILR, indefinite leave to remain, where you will be applying for your citizenship as soon as you complete total 6 years of stay in UK. So 3 plus 2 is the temporary residency. Then you become ILR, which is also called as permanent residency in other countries. And complete 1 more year on ILR, which makes your total stay of 6 years in UK. Apply for your citizenship. Government fee is approximately 610, which is the pounds, non-refundable. Health charges is 1200 pounds. And there are some additional charges for documentation, which we will be disclosing you once you come to the office. We'll have the complete transparent information put across to you. Next category is the United Kingdom Innovator Visa. Innovator Visa, as the name says, that your business concept should be something unique. Though the process of this application and the UK sole representation is almost the same, the difference here is that you will be starting your own business rather than be a sole representative of an existing business. In this whole concept, you have to generate a business plan which should be something unique in nature, and that should be endorsed by the endorsement bodies. Then you become eligible for establishing your business with £50,000 in UK. Requirement of this program is that you should be at least 23 years age and above. Bachelor's degree is mandatory under this program. You should have 5 bands in IELTS, UKVI, CEFR B2 level. Business experience is not mandatory. Business investment of £50,000 along with the business plan endorsement. When the business plan endorsement, like what I said, that we will be making a business plan for you, and then we have to represent it to the endorsement bodies. And if they like your business concept and the plan, they will approve your case to come over there. 2 job creations has to be there for mandatory. Dependents age should be 18 years and above. And if the kids are in UK, 18 years and above, they can be there in the application. Process, the profile check, initial assessment, due diligence, that will be there. Release of the checklist for you. You start preparing documentations, preparing the business plan, and get it endorsed by the UK authorities. And that will be done through our UK attorneys back in UK. They will be presenting your application to the endorsement body, and we will try to get your endorsement approval. Application submission to UK authority for the visa approval. Invitation will be required for interview if mandatory, otherwise they will give you an interview exemption. Once you apply, attend the interview, if everything goes fine, then again the same thing, you will get the 3 years visa validity, and post to that you will get another 2 years more approval. So that makes 5 years, and at the 6th year you will be able to apply for your citizenship. And after the 3 years, after 3 years of meeting the business conditions, you can apply for your ILR, indefinite leave to remain. Like for example, the visa is approved for 3 years, and in this 3 years you have run the business for 3 years, then you can immediately apply for ILR. Or otherwise, in this 3 years, if you have not done 3 years business, maybe the first year you went, you have not done anything, from the second year you initiated the business, then we will apply for the renewal of the business. That will be for another 2 years or 3 years, depends on the visa officer. But once we complete total processing, total working business for 3 years in UK, you will be applying for your ILR, indefinite leave to remain. Government charges is 1021 pounds per person, and health charges is 1200 per person. Very dynamic program, but the only hassle under this program is your business concept should be strong, so that the endorsement body should accept that business. That is the whole idea behind. So endorsement bodies, we have to see how it works. Some of the cases we have seen this, that endorsement body liked your business plan and they agreed for it. And in some of the cases, we have taken the references from the endorsement body and re-amend your business plan so that it helps you for success. We will guide you more once you come to the office about these programs. Now we'll come towards the European programs, and the best and my favorite is the Portugal program, where you'll be getting your golden residency by investment in a real estate projects or real estate properties. The age of the kid is 21 years, or anyone who is applying for this program, your minimum age should be 21 years and above. Education is not mandatory. Minimum stay is 7 days per year. Investment requirement in this program is 280,000 euros into the real estate, and government charges applicable, which is the property transfer tax, stamp duty tax, uh, application forms, residency card tax, your medical insurance taxes. So all those things will be applicable on that. If I have to give you an idea of what will be an approximate cost on above 280, it is almost 40 to 50,000 euros, depends upon the size of the family. So if you're going with 280,000 euros, you have to see that your total expense will be around 340, 330, like that. Dependent age is up to 18 years, and children above 18 years should be financially dependent on the parents. This is a mandatory requirement. Anyone who is above 18 should show as a proof to the government that you are still dependent on your parents. And you can also make your parents, maternal parents, as a dependent on you, which should be above 65 years in age. Due diligence and world check will happen in this case, where we will be sending your passports for the world check. Once the world check comes positive, we will show you the properties where you can apply for your investment, you can purchase the properties. And also we have some projects where I might not be interested to buy a house, but I want to do the investment so that I can get the golden residency. You invest your money in those projects for 5 years, and after 5 years you take your full money, plus you will get 3 to 4% returns. So we have both the options, where either you can buy your own property or you can invest in the government projects. Both are possible. Once you select the investment where you will be making your funding, then we open your bank account. And bank account can be open remotely for you. That is also very much possible. But you have to issue a limited power of attorney for the lawyer, so that he can work on your behalf for processing your title deed, purchase deed, and can or you can even personally travel to Portugal to select the properties and do all those paperwork for yourself. Visit the local Portugal embassy consulate for documents authentication. They will verify all your documentations are correct or no. All documents has to be in Portuguese language, so they have to be translated and apostilled, which we will guide you. Transfer of the property project value to the account opened in Portugal. You have to transfer all the funds in Portugal. Once the money comes to Portugal, that should be basically from outside Portugal. Within Portugal, if you have any friend who is ready to invest for you, that amount is not applicable. This money should come from outside Portugal only. Attorney prepares your title deed and process your application for biometrics, which will take another 4 weeks of time period, or depends upon the current tenure, the time period, because nowadays the applications are taking more time, and some of the VFS consulates have actually closed their doors until this pandemic does not open. And now with the recoveries, how it is happening, VFSs are opening now, and they're giving interviews, appointment dates. So I think maybe not 4 weeks, but maybe around 8 to 10 weeks maximum, not like 1 month or 2 months, you should get your biometrics dates. Travel to Portugal for biometrics with all the members included in the application. Once the biometric is done, then the case is filed with the government authorities, and it takes approximately 4 to 6 months to get your golden residency visa card. Once the golden residency visa card is issued to you, you will be eligible to apply for your citizenship after 5 to 6 years. But you have to be sure that when you're applying for citizenship, you have learned or you have gained the knowledge of local language. Portuguese is must to learn or to adapt, so that you can clear the citizenship test. Otherwise, they might give you an extension on that test, and you have to come on that another time for applying for your citizenship. So language is mandatory. If you can learn while residing in Kuwait, very good. Otherwise, my recommendation, if you're going under this program, go live there, spend your time, and once you reside there 5-6 years, which is quite sufficient to learn the local language. That's what normally we all do here living in Kuwait. Though English is not the first language, but Arabic most of the people knows here, because if you're residing, you should be uh, keeping a knowledge of that local language. Property options are also there. This 280,000 euros property has to be 30 miles away from Lisbon, cannot be in the central of the capital, has to be 30 miles away. And these properties are not like a brand new property. These are uplifted, facelifted properties, which is the old properties they have reconstructed into the new phase, or demolished the entire land, the project, and make a new project on that, and you can buy those. So the land is old, 30 years old project like that. So once you'll come to office, we'll discuss more on these options. We have some options for brand new properties, which goes up to the 320,000 euros or 500,000 euros options. We have those options available with us. Spain is the program where most of the people are looking forward investment. They're investing their funds in the Spain properties. You have to invest €500,000 into the property, and there will be government charges, which is almost same like 40 to 50,000, 40,000 euros approximately will be the cost on that. Kids up to 21 years you can include in the application, and above 21 the kids has to be dependent on you. Parents, same like Portugal, up to 65 years and above you can include in your application. Main applicant should be 18 years and above. Due diligence, world check, all the process is the same for Portugal and Spain. The only difference here is that the property value has to be 500,000 euros or above. Nothing less than 500,000 euros, you will be eligible for golden residency for Spain. The residency will be valid for 5 years, and in that 5 years you have to stay there. There is no requirement of stay, but we do recommend that at least you spend 5-10 days every year or so. But again, coming to the same point, citizenship, they will be checking whether you know the Spanish language or not. And one more difference between Portugal and Spain is Spain is taking more time in terms of granting citizenship. Normally, a family takes citizenship in Spain between 8 to 10 years. So where compared to Portugal, though the investment is less, even the timeline of getting residency is also less. Someone can get citizenship within 6 years, and here it is 8 to 10 years. So that is the major difference which is coming here in Spain. Greece, the investment option is same processing how it goes for Portugal and Spain. Here, but the investment requirement is 250,000 euros. Greece is the happening country which attracts most of the tourism over there, most of the tourists coming over there. Property is also giving a lot of benefits in terms of the rental income. 250,000 euros property should give you somewhere around like 3 to 4% annual returns on that property. And under this whole process, citizenship is possible between 6 to 7 years approximately it takes for citizenship. And the cost above 250 is around like 30 to 40,000 euros or less. Once you will come to office, we'll give you the complete briefing on the investment. And this 250,000 euros can be a brand new property, old property, or investment in the project that has there is no specific conditions on that. The processing time period for Greece, Portugal, Spain, all these three programs should not take more than 4 to 5 months. Let's say maximum 6 months from now. application can be completed for all these 3 countries. And one thing more we need to be sure about, that whichever country we are opting for, Portugal, for Europe, either Portugal, Spain or Greece, the documentations has to be translated in that particular language. And these documents have to be further apostilled. Apostilled is like an attorney, notary on those documents, that these documents are copies of the genuine, and they have to be verified by the consulate here, that they will verify, seeing the original documents, that these are the copies of the originals. Malta is one of my favorite programs for Europe, because this is an English speaking country, no hassle of language. It's a British colony where most of the people, I'll say 100%, everyone speaks English as a first language, and they have Maltese as a local language over there. A person should be 18 years and above who wants to apply under this program. And there is a mandatory comprehensive insurance policy should be there for a person of 50,000 euros claim, means you should have your medical insurance. Income and asset, if you're applying for this program, you have to be sure that your annual income is 100,000 euros and above. Or if you do not have that income, at least 500,000 euros should be your capital, which includes your property, your bank balance. The total net worth should be around 500,000. Property investment, there is a minimum requirement of property, which is 320,000 euros. Either you can have a property in capital, which is Valletta, or you can have 270,000 euros property in South Malta or Gozo. And if you do not have plans to buy a property, you can have a rental property for at least 5 years, with a minimum yearly rental of 10,000 euros in South Malta or Gozo, or 12,000 euros per annual in capital, which is Valletta. So both options are applicable. Either you can buy a property or you can have a rental property. Process: first, we are going to have your due diligence, release of the checklist, preparation of your application, submission of documentations, and all documents will be checked and verified by the government approved agents only. All documents should be in English and should be certified. Submission of file with non-refundable fee of 5,500 euros to MRVA. MRVA is Malta Residency Visa Agency, which will be receiving your documentation with this 5,500 euros, and they will have the due diligence done on those documents, that these documents are genuine or fake, which should take between 4 to 6 weeks to give you an approval on that. Once we receive the documentations, client has to pay the balance of government contribution, which is 24,500 euros, and submit the property rental agreement or purchase paper of the property, whichever option you're going for. Under this program, the total investment in the property has to be either 270 in South Malta or Gozo, or 320 in capital Valletta, or you can even go for the rental property, which I have told you already. So there has to be a non-refundable deposit, or you can go for the government bond deposit. The government bond deposit is 250,000 euros, which is going to be refunded back to you after 5 years. Or you can pay one-time fee, which is 75,000 euros as a financing cost for that particular bond value of 250,000 euros. Once you meet all the above requirements, government agent will submit the information with residence certificate covering applicant and all dependents to the Malta Identity Malta, which issues any kind of identification documentation for the investors who are applying for this program. Once the residency certificate has been issued, the applicant and dependent needs to travel to Malta to have their biometrics done. Residency card will be issued within the same time period. The residency card in Malta is valid for 5 years, and every 5 years they are going to renew this residency card for you. There is no special requirement from government to renew your residency card. Always you have to be be staying legally over there. You can even start your business. You can do your job. You can be outside also Malta, no issues. But at the time of renewals, we always recommend you to be residing in Malta. And citizenship under this program, though it is not easy thing to have, because you should, as per the union, as per the European Union law, if you have stayed in any of the European countries for 6 years and above, you are eligible for citizenship. But under this program, until last year, they were having a special requirement that if you want to have a citizenship, you have to have your own residency, like house over there. Now, if you're going with a property, rental property, which might not be eligible for you to have citizenship. But of course, when you're going to reside in the country and you have decided that I will be taking the multi-citizenship through MRVP program, Malta Residency and Visa Program, which is a permanent residency for Malta, eventually once you have your own property, you will be eligible for citizenship in Malta. The next program we are discussing now is the Hungary Business Investment Business Establishment Program, where you can start your own business in Hungary of 50,000 euros. Education requirement under this program is only high school, and an applicant who wants to apply for this program should be 18 years and above minimum. Once the processing is very straight in this, though there are little phases which we need to be very much particular when we are applying, and we have to do the timely submission of documentations. I will guide you the processing now. First, we have to do your assessment. So same like due diligence, passport copies goes to Hungarian lawyer. Once they receive the documents and they do the due diligence, which is your world check, and they found you clear, they will issue the checklist for you for that particular program. Provide them the initial documents and send it to the lawyer for company incorporation, company establishment. Assign a name and the nature of the business to be registered. Which kind of business you want to do over there, what is the name of the company you wish to keep. All this information will be kept in the company incorporation thing. Visit Hungarian embassy to sign the company incorporation document. So we will arrange your appointment with the Hungarian embassy to sign these documents in front of the counselor. Documents should be sent back to Hungary, then company incorporation will be done. Once this embassy, local embassy, sign all the papers for you, which is the attestation here, all those original documentation has to be sent back to Hungary for the immigration department. Travel on visit visa as per registered appointment. They will be sending you the details of an appointment when you have to go there for filing your work permit application. So once your date for the appointment comes, by that time we will be keeping you ready with your visitor visa for Hungary. Once the visitor visa is approved and your appointment date is there, you can travel there and do the remaining formalities. Open the bank account, issuance of the insurance card, accommodation, and provide your fingerprints. You can have your rental property over there if you want. It takes up to 30 to 45 days to receive the decision of the approval. Once the approval is given to you, apply for through Hungary embassy and get the visa stamp. Once you receive the approval paper, with that approval paper, we will fix your appointment in the Hungary embassy. You go here and submit all your papers, they will grant you the visa. Travel to Hungary and collect your residency card from foreigner department within 30 days. Once the visa is approved from the local consulate here in Kuwait, you will be flying to Hungary. Within 30 days of your landing, you have to approach to the foreigner department so that they can issue your residence card. Residency card is valid for 1 year and followed by 2 years extension, and on 3rd year apply for your permanent residency. But the condition is, in this 3 years, you have to keep doing your business. Your business should be active. Regardless that business is making millions of profit or so, but your activity is the main prime focus in this, that you are running a business. Your intentions of running a business is clear, so that you will be able to have your extensions of residency card. First year will only have extension of 2 years if your business is running Second, and then the third year when you're applying for your residency, permanent residency, they will see in this 3 years you have activated your business and you're running the business. Apply for citizenship after 6 years. You can apply for your citizenship of Hungary after 6 years as soon as you stay there. But again, same thing, the language will be mandatory here. You should be knowing the Hungarian language. This process of incorporation of the company, investment is very less, 50,000 euros. You will be starting your own venture over there. This whole process should not take more than 4 to 6 months of time frame. But maybe due to this pandemic, this time period of 1 month and 2 months up and down will be there. But usually people complete their application between 4 to 6 months of time frame. Cyprus residency, permanent residency program is where you can have your investment through the fast track option or through the normal route. Regular process, you can buy a property of 150,000 euros in Cyprus, and the application will be done within 12 to 18 months of time frame. If you want to do the application fast track, which is 3 to 6 months of time period, you have to have 30,000 euros property investment. Under the fast track program, 30,000 euros property investment is mandatory. Plus, you should have a fixed deposit of 30,000 euros of locking period of 3 years. Within this 3 years, means after this 3 years, you will be eligible to take this 30,000 euros back, and your annual income of 30,000 euros should be there when you are applying for this application for the main applicant. Main applicant, you have to show 5,000 euros and each dependent 8,000 euros and for payment. So your annual income should be 30,000 euros plus for each dependent 5,000 euros extra, and if it is parent then 8,000 euros extra. That should be your annual income. For an example, I am a family of 4, me, my wife and 2 kids. 30,000 euros I have to show for myself, plus for my wife, my 2 kids I have to show 15,000 euros extra. So total 45,000 euros I have to show as my annual income. In regular process also the salary part is the same, but the investment in the property is 150,000 euros. Source of the fund should be legitimate, legal. There is no education requirement of this program. Dependent age of 18 years can apply, of children can apply to this program, and if up to 25 years, you can apply for your kids under this program if they are financially dependent on you. Due diligence and release of checklist, file preparation, collection of documents, and selection of property. Travel to Cyprus for property purchase or issue a limited power of attorney to the lawyers so that they can purchase the property on your behalf for you. The whole process can be arranged without being present in the country. There is no mandatory requirement for travel. We can do everything sitting here. Application will be examined by Civil Registry and Migration Department and submit application to Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Interior, who will make a decision within 2 months of time period of your application approval. Travel to Cyprus, once this thing is done, they will ask you to come for the biometrics. That time you have to have a travel. We will apply for your visitor visa. If you already have, then it's well and good. Otherwise, we'll support you in that. Receive your residency card. It is not necessary to reside in Cyprus, but a visit once every 2 years is mandatory. Every 2 years, you just have to come once over there to maintain your residency. That's it. And if you really want to have your citizenship, stay there for 6 years. And after 6 years, you apply for citizenship. And again, you should be aware about the Cyprus language when you're applying for citizenship. Bulgaria is a government investment bond. Someone who is looking for a bond investment program, Bulgaria is one of the best option for you, because here you have to invest 512,000 euros bond with the government, and this money is fully refundable to you. And the process is very simple, but the amount of bond value has to be legitimate, means the bond value should be legally earned. You should be able to prove this is your money. Due diligence processing time period is 5 to 6 months, not more than that. Due diligence will be the first in this whole application. They will check your world check, and release of the checklist will happen by the legal along with the legal charges. Legal charges for the main applicant and spouse is 30,000 euros and is dependent 2,500 euros. Once all documents are collected, we will arrange the client appointment with Bulgarian consulate to sign the legal documents for the bond investment and notification of funds transfer. Once all your documentations are arranged, we will send you here in the consulate to sign these papers in front of the counselor. Once counselor gives you those authentication paper, and they will ask you to do the fund transfer. All things will be issued to you. Transfer funds towards the bond investment in government approved attorney trust account. You have to submit all the funds in the trust account with the attorneys. Once they receive the money for you, then they will apply for the bond certificate, which will be issued to you once the money goes from the trust account to the bond purchase. Then we need to apply for visa D for the client to visit Bulgaria for fingerprints. Visa D is mandatory to apply even if the client has a Schengen visa. If you already hold a visa for Schengen, then still you need to apply for visa D, because that is the mandatory requirement from Bulgarian government to apply for visa D to have your biometrics. Attorney will file a petition for permanent residency. Once approved, permanent residency will be granted to the client, and client needs to travel Bulgaria to collect their permanent residency card. And after 6 years, you can apply for citizenship if you are looking for it. There is express citizenship options under Bulgaria. If you will double your investment, those all things we will be discussing in our next session when we are going to have with citizenship by investment program. But Bulgaria is one of the programs where you invest in the government bond, and after 5 years, take your bond value back. WWICS has the global presence. These are the countries which I want to discuss with you today. We are going to discuss all these things in person once you will visit to our office, or we can arrange a Zoom call with you and we can have a detailed discussion about the programs. Hopefully, you have got the fair knowledge about the programs which are available. WWICS have their global presence with almost 32 offices around over the globe. We have office in Canada, Australia, India, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Sharjah, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Kenya, Muscat. We have offices all over the globe with 32 offices. This is our office address in Kuwait. We have office in Kuwait City, Sharjah, which is in Jabr al-Mubarak Street. Our office number is 22450-789. And even you can give me an appointment on my personal WhatsApp number, which is +965 6035 0035. You can message me on WhatsApp and fix your appointment, or you can visit our office. We will be meeting you in person and give you the more briefing about these investment programs. And I hope you have got a fair knowledge about the investments program which are available, and might have done your due diligence now, which program will be suitable for you for migration along with your family. Thank you to each and everyone for attending this session. I believe I have given you a fair information about the programs, and thank you from depth of my heart to each and every one of you. Keep safe, keep your nearby people safe by wearing masks and using hand sanitizations all the time. God bless you all. See you in office. Thank you.